In the world of modern hip-hop, image isn't just a part of the job, it's everything. For years, one rapper built a literal fortress around his identity. He was the king of the cold persona. No smiling in photos. No signs of emotional weakness in interviews. Just a low, whisper-quiet voice delivering some of the most haunting, graphic, and bone-chilling lyrics in the history of the genre. That rapper was 21 Savage. But what the world didn't see coming was the dramatic, soul-bearing transformation that lay beneath the surface. Behind the face tattoos and the ruthless reputation was a man with a secret past, a secret that would eventually threaten his entire existence and force him to reinvent himself in front of the whole world. To understand the man he is today, we have to go back to the very beginning. Long before the fame, long before the Grammys, long before the name 21 Savage was whispered in fear and admiration across the music industry. He was born Shea bin Abraham Joseph on October 22, 1992. For the first decade of his career, the world believed he was a product of the red clay of Atlanta, Georgia. But there was a hidden chapter in his book. Shea was actually born in London, England, at Newham Hospital. He spent his early childhood in the UK before moving to Atlanta at the age of 7. When he arrived in the United States, he didn't land in the postcard version of the American dream. He landed in the east side of Atlanta, specifically around Glenwood Road. This was an environment where poverty wasn't just a statistic. It was the air everyone breathed. In these neighborhoods, survival wasn't a choice. It was a full-time occupation. By the time he was in the 7th grade, the harsh reality of his surroundings had already begun to seep into his soul. He was expelled from every school in the DeKalb County School District after bringing a firearm to class for protection. It was a sign of things to come. He was a young man drifting deeper and deeper into a world of street gangs and territorial disputes. He became a prominent member of the 21 Gang, a lifestyle that demanded total emotional detachment. In that world, showing feelings could get you killed. So Shea learned to go numb. Then came the night that changed everything. It was his 21st birthday. Most people celebrate that milestone with a party. For Shea, it was a massacre. He was sitting in a car with his best friend Johnny when they were ambushed. 6 shots hit Shea. He watched his best friend die right in front of him. Lying in that hospital bed, riddled with bullets and mourning his brother in arms, Shea faced a choice. He could let the streets finish what they started, or he could find a way to transmute his pain into something permanent. He chose the latter. He took the 21 from his gang and the word savage to describe the world he lived in, and he stepped into a recording booth. At first, music wasn't about money. It was therapy. It was a way to process the trauma of being shot and the survivor's guilt of living while his friends died. In 2015, he released the Slaughter Tape. The industry had never heard anything like it. While other rappers were shouting and flexing, 21 Savage was whispering. His delivery was flat, monotonous, and terrifyingly calm. It sounded like a man who had seen too much and felt too little. The breakthrough came when he linked up with the producer Metro Boomin. Their collaborative EP, Savage Mode, was a cultural reset. The dark, cinematic beats matched 21's dead-eye delivery perfectly. Songs like No Heart became anthems for a generation that felt just as alienated as he did. Suddenly, he was a superstar. He was dating high-profile celebrities, topping the charts with Bank Account, and becoming a staple of mainstream radio. But as the spotlight grew brighter, the shadows of his past began to catch up. On February 3, 2019, just days before he was set to perform at the Grammy Awards, the world stopped. News broke that 21 Savage had been arrested by U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, or ICE. The revelation sent shockwaves through the culture. The Atlanta rapper was actually a British citizen who had been living on an expired visa for over a decade. For a moment, the internet did what it does best. It turned him into a meme. People made jokes about his British heritage, photoshopping top hats and tea onto his pictures. But for 21, it wasn't a joke. He was facing deportation. He was facing the possibility of being ripped away from his children and the only home he truly knew. He spent 10 days in a federal detention center. For the first time, the savage persona was stripped away. He wasn't a superstar. He was just a man caught in a broken system. When he was finally released on bond, something had shifted in his spirit. The brush with the law and the public scrutiny of his identity acted as a catalyst for a massive internal evolution. He stopped being the emotionless rapper. He started speaking up. He did interviews where he discussed the terrors of the detention center and the plight of undocumented immigrants. He showed vulnerability. He showed that he cared. This transformation bled into his music. His album, I Am Greater Than I Was, I Am Greater Than I Was a declaration of growth. He wasn't just rapping about the Draco and the trap anymore. He was rapping about fatherhood, about the weight of fame, and about the responsibility he felt toward his community. He won a Grammy for A Lot, a song that questioned the cycle of violence and celebrated the endurance of the soul. But the most impressive part of his story isn't the awards, it's the action. 21 Savage looked back at his own life and realized that a lack of financial knowledge was what kept people trapped in the cycle of the streets. He launched the 21 Savage Bank Account campaign, a financial literacy program that teaches kids how to save, invest, and understand the value of a dollar. He went from being a man who brought a gun to school to a man who provides school supplies and financial education to thousands of students every year. He evolved from a symbol of survival into a symbol of success. He proved that your past is a foundation, not a prison. He took the cold heart that the streets gave him and allowed it to thaw, becoming one of the most respected and thoughtful voices in the entire industry. Today, 21 Savage stands as a bridge between two worlds. He still has the grit and the authenticity of the Atlanta streets, but he carries the wisdom of a man who has traveled the world and looked death in the face multiple times. He didn't change his life overnight in the literal sense. It was a grueling, painful process of shedding his old skin. He is proof that no matter where you start, whether it's a hospital in London or a housing project in Atlanta, you are not defined by your origin story. You are defined by your willingness to grow. 21 Savage didn't just survive the streets. He outgrew them. And in doing so, he showed the world that the greatest savage move you can ever make is to become a better version of yourself.